Alright. I know I said the next video would be on Christmas, and it is now December 31st.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
I know. Hoping that when we go into the new year, I have a set schedule. I'm hoping for every Sunday because I have Saturday and Friday night to work on it if I need to, since I'll be starting school again soon, but I'm really hoping to get something out because I don't want a dead channel. My upload schedule is still better than degenerosity, so. Growing up in the 2010s, SpongeBob was still pretty much the father of Nickelodeon. But of course, there was the big three. The Thundermans, Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Don, and Henry Danger. While I didn't pay as much attention to Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Don, it was still a overall great show. Though I did watch it on and off, so Mace Coronel leaving towards the end of the show always confused me, since I wondered where he was. But anyways, Henry Danger was my favorite of the three. I watched every episode, followed every plot point, and even though the memory is still a bit foggy right now, if I do even the slightest bit of digging, I'll slowly remember everything. Henry Danger was just the ultimate show. Mainly about a teenager trying to balance school, a personal life, and being a superhero sidekick, the show had it all. To say the least, there were multiple collab efforts. One was the Thundermans, where Phoebe teamed up with Captain Man and Kid Danger to stop the League of Villains, I believe that's their name, and Max was a part of there too. While the Game Shakers had two collaborations. Danger Games was for Henry Danger, where Dr. Minyak tried to ruin Double G's concert, and Babe Loves Danger was for Game Shakers, where Henry visits them in New York and Babe wants to go on a date. There was also the Adventures of Kid Danger, but we don't talk about that. Danger Force was okay as well. It's not the best, but it was still interesting. Anyways, it was revealed a while back that Henry Danger the movie would be releasing on January 17th of 2025. The movie would follow Henry fighting crime in dystopia and somehow traveling through stories made by a young fan. Yes, it's confusing. I don't know what to make of this, honestly. As my favorite show growing up besides SpongeBob, I'm so glad to see Henry Danger finally get a proper sequel. No hate to Danger Force because it was still pretty good, but part of me doesn't want to see Henry Danger return just to fall off. I haven't watched the new Thunderman's Return movie, but wow have I heard bad things about it. So apparently the main villain is Science. Basically, Henry and a young kid are pulled into an alternate reality where Jasper is the main superhero while Henry's a sidekick, and they have to figure out a way to get back to their own reality, yada yada yada. You get the point. Basic timeline jargon. And they do hop through a bunch of different timelines, like there's one where Piper is evil, and it's very confusing. The plot itself is interesting because the concept of being stuck in an alternate reality is a bit worn out, but one where Jasper is a superhero and can fly? Now that's interesting. I'm excited to see how this movie pans out, and I really hope they don't butcher it. As for the cast, Henry, Jasper, Piper, Schwaz, and from what I've heard, a minor Captain Man role are confirmed to be in the movie. I heard Franchini is supposed to cameo, which out of all the villains, I'd never have expected Franchini. Is he like part of Henry's squad now in Dystopia, or is he like a villain, or is he just like there? We don't know. But the main shock is whether or not Riel Downs, Charlotte as known to many of you, is going to be in the movie. Riel hasn't spoken out about it yet, and she doesn't appear in any trailers, so what gives? If anything, there's 4 paths. The first path is that Charlotte has a very important role in getting Henry back to their reality, and they don't want to spoil it yet. 2, Charlotte has a minor role but potentially sets up for a second Henry Danger movie. 3, Charlotte has a minor role, possibly a cameo like Franchini, and that's it, nothing else. Or 4, Charlotte isn't in the movie at all, possibly due to conflicting TV schedules or just a lack of interest in returning. I really hope Charlotte is in the movie because if you're going to have the original cast, you can't just replace Charlotte with a Franchini cameo. So, yeah. That's all I wanted to say, honestly. I just really hope this movie turns out good because Henry Danger was genuinely a good franchise. Even with Danger Force in the mix, If it turns out bad, I'll only have to hate myself for having such high expectations for this movie. But anyways, that's gonna wrap up this video. And I honestly want to say this though, Degenerosity, I do have a better upload schedule than him. I think he started uploading again recently, but the title of this video is about Henry Danger, the movie, or something like that. I kind of stole this title, you know. This video is about Kendrick Lamar, so please watch Generosity. He's the whole reason I started this channel in the first place. Because obviously I've had a love for anime and music and TV, but never did I think I wanted to start an entirely new channel just for it. So, Degenerosity, thank you. And that's about it. So, see you guys later. Sorry for the short video. I promise the new year I'll be back with something great.